Hi there, and welcome to At Home Easy Healthy Cooking. So my objective is to meet you where you are, and what I mean by that is if you're one of those people that like cup of noodle, okay, and this is kind of a staple in your life, then I'm not going to say, hey, I want you to do all organic, vegan, that kind of thing, okay, even though that's great. But if you're the kind of person that likes the cup of noodle, I'm going to say, hey, let's add some frozen peas to that. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and meet you where you are, and hopefully by the end of this video you will maybe just do one step above what you are already doing. So nothing that I'm going to show you today is going to take more than 20 minutes when you're at the house. So we're going to talk first about breakfast. So breakfast, I get this all the time. I don't have enough time, you know, or I woke up too late or something like that. Oatmeal. Quick oats, takes a minute. Everybody has a minute in the morning, all right? So what are some great things to add into oatmeal, which is gonna lower cholesterol because it's got that fiber and it likes to get rid of the bile in your system. How do we sweeten it up without using like sugar or brown sugar? Berries are wonderful. So blueberries, we've got strawberries, put that in there. Frozen if you need to, right? Grab that there. We've got cinnamon that we can throw in there as well. This is also a salad topper that I got at Costco, and it's got some great cranberries and a bunch of different types of seeds, so you can put that in there as well. Remember, things that have fiber, they're gonna satiate you or keep you full longer, so that's another great reason why oatmeal is awesome in the morning. Another thing you could do would be those egg bites. A lot of people make them, they put them in little muffin tins, and then they freeze them, and then you just take them with you, microwave them for a minute, and that's another breakfast option as well. If you're like, well, I can't eat oatmeal in the car, or I don't like oatmeal, I also want you to think through this video. If you don't like something, how could you substitute it for something that you do like? So peanut butter and jelly, right? Obviously, we always eat these for lunches, but you could also do it for breakfast as well. Of course, like a whole grain would be better than a white bread. And then you've got your peanut butter or almond butter, whatever you would like to use with some jam. So that's a great alternative to breakfast as well. If you are trying to gain weight, load up on the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for sure, because they can pack a lot of calories. All right, smoothies is another option. So especially like if your fruit is going bad and you don't want to throw it away, which of course we don't want to do, you could add some spinach in there. Especially if you're a person who doesn't like spinach or you don't like greens, you can hide veggies in here pretty good and not necessarily taste them. So you could do some baby spinach in there, some berries. Bananas are great because they make it nice and thick and smooth. Sometimes people put like flaxseed and things like that. So that's another great option. If we're gonna move on to lunch, I love these bento boxes. So basically, it's a little lunch Tupperware container, and they have different sections. So I fill one section up with a wrap, and I get these extreme wellness, but really you can get whatever kind of wrap you want to. These are only 50 calories. There's some that are going to be, higher, 100 or whatever, but it's kind of whatever path you're on. And then I load it up with some veggies and things like that. Now, what stops people from using veggies and fruits? Convenience, okay? So as you can see right here, if I'm going to dice up a red onion, which I love, and I'm going to, after I dice it up and maybe I use it, I throw it in my salad or my wrap, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in a Tupperware or something like that. So then I'm going to have it later on as well. Okay, so then I don't have to worry about dicing it up later. And that's the same thing with, peppers or anything else. I can put them in Ziplocs to go. So if you're somebody that likes to eat veggies, at work or wherever you might be, it takes energy to slice it up. And let's be honest, when we're trying to make lunch or different things in the morning, we're tired, or even at the evening, we're tired. So convenience is really important. So getting back to the lunch items. So you could do something like that, have your wrap. I always like to do a sandwich or half a sandwich or a wrap, or you could even do hummus. And I like something crunchy. So maybe a little side has carrots, or maybe it has some, chips or pretzels, but I'm not gonna bring a huge bag of something like that all right? And then the other one, maybe I have some dried fruit or some berries or something. So that's just a little tip for lunches. Another thing that you can do if we're thinking about rices. So if you do white rice, maybe a step in a healthier direction maybe would be a brown rice, okay? So little changes like that. If you get home and you're just like, I don't have time to do rice, I need to just throw something together. You know, here's a brown rice and red with a little bit of chia and kale in there. You put it in the microwave for a minute and voila, you have rice. So this is a great side, or you can make it a main dish, and you know, you make a lot and then you can bring it to lunch or whatnot. So I like to do a package of rice, or just rice in general. You could do some black beans in there, okay? And then maybe you could do a can of chicken, or you could do a can of tuna fish, or none of that. You could just do the beans and the rice, and that makes a complete protein anyway. So money comes up again. People are like, oh, well, it's so expensive. If you go out to eat, you're at least gonna spend $5 on a lunch. This is $3 total, and I could have 3+ meals from that. So preparing meals definitely is gonna be the least expensive way. You can make it healthy too, right? And you can also throw in some frozen peas in there and mix everything together. So that's another option. And if we move on to dinner ideas, I want you to think about dinner a little bit differently. So if I'm looking at my plate, I'd like to have it be colorful. So maybe I have a nice salad in there. I've got some, you know, broccoli or asparagus or something, and then I've got my lean protein. All right, or maybe you do tofu. You're doing, you know, chicken, pork, whatever you'd like to do. Your taste buds want those tater tots, those French fries, those you know, greasy foods. There's a reason why they taste so good. And so if I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna eat, I get a big bowl of salad with my protein on top. I eat that, and then I'll come back in the kitchen and maybe get some tater tots. But don't eat the tater tots first, because you're not gonna want everything else. But everyone's a little bit different. Once again, I like things fast and easy, so I just get the bagged broccoli. So when I'm cooking, I'll use my iron skillet, and I use this because I don't eat red meat, and so I don't get a whole lot of iron, and using an iron skillet definitely helps. So I'll put some olive oil in there, I'll put some garlic, I'll throw in some of my broccoli. I'll also throw in some of my asparagus, or if you have peppers, all of that. Especially if you've already cut up your peppers from the night before, you know, you can throw that in too. So just make a big, beautiful side dish. Instead of using salt, we would love to use things like herbs and more natural spices. Whether it's using, like I said, the garlic, or sometimes you can do like the red pepper flakes, different things to give it a little bit more flavor. Another option for dinners, we were talking a little bit about hiding spinach in your smoothie if you're not a big spinach fan. I like to load, this is one of our blenders, I love to load up some spinach in there, put a little bit of marinara and some garlic, and I blend that all up, and then I put it back in here just to get a little bit of extra nutrients for my kids. So that's another way to kind of hide some of those veggies, okay? If you are a person who loves mac and cheese, all right, let's meet you where you are on that. So maybe we're doing the, you know, 25-cent mac and cheese, great value. So what's a little step healthier than that? Maybe it's the Annie's mac and cheese. What's a step ahead above that? They have the whole wheat mac and cheese. So, you know, just little baby steps. Your taste buds are not going to change overnight, so sometimes you have to gradually progress. So getting into salads. Bagged salads are a little more expensive, but a lot of times I'll take some of the bagged salad and I put regular salad in there too. I love to put, once again, those salad toppers on top, some veggies. I use some salad dressing, but not a whole lot because I love putting fruit in my salad. And a long time ago, a friend did that, and I was like, fruit and salad, and now I absolutely love it. So whether it's blueberries or strawberries or sliced apples, pears, all of that, I'm getting hungry just talking about it, is amazing. And then whether you want to put cheese on it is up to you too. So just another way of putting together some salad ideas. Another dinner idea would be like white chili, right? Chicken chili. So you could do, your beans, you could do your chicken in there. Sometimes people put like green salsa. Pretty easy to do. I like to do my chili with black beans, white beans, kidney beans. I throw some, once again, those frozen peas in there. You could put carrots, ground turkey if that's your thing, with the chili seasoning, and that's kind of a hit at the house as well. Okay. If you're gonna do like a rice bowl, which is great, rethink your portions of the rice bowl. So now if you're someone who needs to gain weight, okay, has a hard time gaining weight, then load up on that rice, load up on those veggies, that lean protein. If you are trying to be a little bit conservative with your calories, then maybe it's just a cup of rice, okay, and then tons of veggies, and then your lean protein. So just a different way of thinking about your rice bowls. Some people love to put rice in their salads too, or black beans. You could do something like that, like a Southwest salad as well. If you are going to choose between fresh, between frozen, and between canned, that would be the order you would do. So fresh is always the best. Frozen is the next best thing, and then canned would definitely be your last option, just because there's a lot more preservatives and salt in there. So let's see here, and then just making sure I get through everything. Oh, dessert. All right. Okay, if you're one of those people that you make a thing of brownies and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened and the whole pan is gone the next day. I like to freeze my brownies. So I'll make some brownies, everybody gets one, and then I'll stick the rest in the freezer, okay? And then we can just take one out when we need to. But if I have a pan of brownies sitting out here, of course they're gonna be gone the next day, right? So make some and then freeze some, and then you can enjoy them just little by little. Some people love frozen cherries, frozen grapes for a dessert, or a yogurt, dark chocolate, something like that. A lot of that's habit though too. I know that my habit is when I get done eating, I'm craving something, and I love dried mangoes. And I gotta be careful with those because I will want to eat the whole bag. So trying to change little by little, and a healthier option. So instead of a huge bowl of ice cream, maybe have a smaller bowl of ice cream, or maybe, like I said, you try some like frozen fruit or yogurt or something like that. Okay. The biggest thing with cooking is that you want to make it meet you where you are currently. So if you've got hours to cook, that's awesome, go for it. If you are running around with your head cut off, think ahead. So have those Ziploc baggies of veggies ready to go. If it's easier to have a container of spinach like this versus trying to take romaine lettuce and rinse it all off and pat it dry and things like that. Bagged salad, anything that's going to get you to eat a little bit healthier and meet you where you are with your busy lives is really, really important. So I hope that you found something useful in this video, and if you have any questions or comments for my students watching, just email me. Thanks.